Welcome back. In the previous session, we talk about logos and logo definitions, their function, and so on. Now we are going to be talking about the seven major types of logo. Each type of logo gives your brand a different feel. The number one type of logo we have here is the lettermark logo. Lettermark is a typography, or you can call it a font-based logo that comprises of few letters, usually a company's initials. Lettermark is all about simplicity. They are usually used when the company name is lengthy and used to abbreviate it. For example, we have the IBM. The IBM is an acronym of International Business Machine. Also, we have the NASA and HBO. The next type of logo we have here is the wordmark logo, or you call it the logo type. Similar to a lettermark, a wordmark logo is also called a typography-based logo or a font-based logo that focuses on a business name alone. It is usually used by business with short brand name like Google, Coca-Cola. Google's logo is a great example of this. The name itself is catchy and also memorable, and when combined with strong typography, it creates lasting brand recognition. The next logo type we have here is the pictorial mark, or you can call it the logo symbol. A pictorial mark, sometimes called brand mark or logo symbol, is an icon or graphic based logo. It's probably the image that comes to mind when you think of this logo. So the first time you think of a pictorial logo is majorly an icon and or image. Because of this, it can be a tricky logo for new companies or those without strong recognition to use. Company that uses this kind of logo always has strong brand recognition. Example of these companies are Apple. They use Apple image with a little bite, and Twitter. They use Bear. We also have other examples. The next logo type here is the abstract logo. An abstract mark is specific type of pictorial logo. Of course, the abstract logo falls under the pictorial logo, but instead of being a recognizable image like Apple or a bird, is an abstract geometric form that represents your business, that is formed from different shapes put together, but those shapes now have their different meaning. So instead of being restricted to a particular image, abstract logo allow you to create a single image to represent your brand. One benefit of abstract mark is that you can attribute meaning to every part that forms this single logo. Example is the Pepsi, Adidas, and so on. There are many of them. The next one we have here is the mascot logo. A mascot is simply an illustrated character. So a mascot logo is therefore a logo that contains an illustrated character, often colorful, sometimes cartoonish, and most always fun. A typical example is the KFC logo and other ones. So the next one we have here is the combination mark. A combination mark is a logo comprised of a word mark or a letter mark, or a word mark and a pictorial mark, or a word mark and an abstract mark, or a word mark and a mascot. In summary, a combination mark is just combining any two kinds of logo together with their one name in there. So with the combination mark, people will also begin to associate your name with your pictorial mark or mascot right as the time goes on. In the future, you may be able to rely exclusively on the logo symbol alone and not have to include the word mark or the brand name. That's one of the advantage of the combination mark, and is mostly widely used. Widely example is the Adobe. Adobe is a typical example of combination mark, Lacoste, and so on. So the last one we are going to be talking about here is the emblem. Emblem consists of fonts inside a symbol or an icon, majorly used as badges, seals, and quests. These logos are often the go-to choice for many schools, organizations, and government agencies. Mostly schools use this. Schools and some churches make use of emblem logo mark as their listing related to that. So these are the 7 major kinds of logo. And there are other ones, but these are the major 7 kinds of logo. So you just have to look into them, try to understand them, try to know their differences. See you in the next one.